All right, guys, I know I'm a little bit late to the party, but here is the Gauntlet for Summer of Suffering and how I did it. This is going to be part one. The right side, I managed to do itemless and get 3 of the 6 objectives, and I actually ended up doing the left side with a few revives, but managed to do the other 3 objectives. So I was able to get all 6 objectives, which if you were able to do the the Deathless Vision fight against this toad, then you don't really need all 6, but I got all 6 anyway in 2 runs, and I will show you how to do it. But this is part 1, itemless, with Viv, Silk, and Kate, and it gets you the tech, skill, and science objective. It gets you the hero objective, and having at least one saga champion on your team for the run. So this first fight, you can check out my Viv fight on the channel for Summer of Suffering, but I actually went for the special 3 version in this one, where if you use a special 3, you get that Fury, and that's going to stay the rest of the fight, and you can basically you can ignore reverse controls for the rest of the fight. Is pretty easy. When I did do it the first time, I did just manage to evade using reverse controls the entire time, because if I get into a groove, I don't mind doing that. But here I can just ignore it the entire time. The only thing I had to really focus on is the prowess, making sure that I either phase intercept to remove them or use a heavy attack, which is part of Viv's kit, to remove some prowess. And there is going to be one point in the fight where I accidentally get a 10 prowess and I get stunned, but I'm able to survive it, and I only need Viv for this one fight. Here was a point where I needed to remember, I was focused on the prowess, but I was letting him get too much regen here, so I have to remember, okay, let's go and get a medium ending combo in, get our heal block back up, and then we can deal with this guy no problem. Also, I think you have to be a little careful near the end of the fight. Again, if you are running the mastery, like if you have the assassin masteries, that can be, you have to be careful of that. You might want to remove them for this. This was on my second account. I don't think has the assassin mastery, so I was able to easily get through this. It might cost you a revive or 2 if you don't remove the assassin masteries, because when you get to below 18%, the reduction in ability accuracy is going to give you a bunch of direct damage to yourself. So you have to be careful of that, as always, just like it was in the original fight. But we are able to get through this one pretty easily, and I think near the end here, right here, is where I think I'm at 9 prowess, and I see that, and I was going to try and phase into a heavy, but instead I get that, I get stunned there for a second. But again, not the end of the world. There I go for medium, throw some more special ones here. Just want to try and, we're at the end of the fight, just need to get him down. And again, no issue, because I don't have the assassin mastery here. So we just have to continue putting on our heal block and make sure that we are managing that prowess. That is really the only thing here, and a bunch of special ones to evade. Evading the special one, whether it's rooted or not, is not really a major issue for me on this particular fight. But there we go. One more combo should do it, and there we go. The next fight is going to be the Destroyer, and I'm going to do this one with Silk, and I'm comfortable evading Destroyer's special 2, and that's the main thing that I'm going to try and focus on here. Is there are a couple things to focus on. Prey on the Weak, one of them is not going to be such a big issue with Silk, because she doesn't get the Dex buff. But here, what I'm going to try, there is the timer where he's going to go unblockable. And that's really the only thing that I think that you have to really watch out for, because a couple times I'm going to try and bait a heavy, and I just want to make sure that the unblockable timer is gone. So you can see there, I wait until it's gone to bait another heavy, and I'm going to try and push to special 2. If I push to special 2, I'm pretty comfortable with the special 2 evade. 1, 2. That's pretty much how I think of it in my head. The kick is 1, and then the beam is 2, and that's kind of what I'm doing all the time here. And now we can get some nice big special 2 damage, and again, nice evade and Silks. Evade will help you as well, but I was just kind of, I'm still manually evading as I do it. I'm not letting just Silk evade for me. But again, you can see here I've got the unblockable was on, so I'm going to back away, and then I can go ahead, bait another heavy, and continue with my nice mid combo stuns, build to special 2, and she absolutely wrecks this fight. So really, really nice, clean fight here with Silk, and Silk ends up being really good for the infamous Iron Man boss as well, which made this super good for me. And unfortunately, I haven't had a lot of time in the last couple days. I didn't even look at a lot of the videos that were out there for this, so the only one I did kind of see a little bit on is the next fight, which is going to be spectacular, which is Kate for Moleman, which I think I did see it when Moleman first came out as well, but that is going to be the most annoying fight when I do it on the left side. So, or at least there's a bunch of annoying fights on the left side. I find this right side way easier, was able to get through it without using a single item, which was a pleasant surprise, because I don't mind using some items for this type of content. That's what we have items for. And I am going to use a bunch on the left side, but for now, this is fine. We're going to go ahead, wait out that unblockable again. Go ahead and bait a special 2. One more combo into a special 2, and that should do it. There we go. Next up is Moleman, and Moleman is rough because he's stun immune. He's got his normal kit with the frenzy and everything, where you can't really hit into his block, and you need. And the way you do damage on this fight is by any damage that he would have taken while he is throwing a special. That damage gets multiplied, and he takes a burst damage after he throws a special. So what we're going to do here is with Kate is that we can go ahead, there's also bubble shield to watch out for on the block, so you got to be careful. But all you got to do is you throw that one special one with a cold snap. It does so much damage in general that you just go ahead, bait some specials. Now, there is power flood when you get a buff. He is going to be gaining power, so he's going to constantly be throwing specials. But if he throws specials while he has that cold snap active, you're going to see he throws it and then takes a huge chunk of damage. And when you don't have someone that can do this nice like passive damage over time, or get the damage over time in, the fight is extremely slow, like so unbearably slow. This fight is only going to take like a minute or two, and I think it took 10 minutes almost with the champion I used on the other side. But again, it got me all my objectives, so I can't really complain. But here on this side, again, I'm going to go ahead, get my heavy, refresh that cold snap, and every time he throws a special, he is taking a nice chunk of damage. So here we're going to go ahead and get a second cold snap on, even more damage, and this is just going to, increase the amount of damage he takes there. Great job with Kate, and that is all for it. So I'm going to let the music play out for the rest of this one. I think it takes another 40 hits or so, but of just baiting specials. But I'm going to let the rest of this one play out, and then we'll see you at the boss. All right, this was like my first time trying out this infamous Iron Man boss with Silk here. Now, the main thing is that if he has Cosmic Shielding, if you have 3 buffs on you, you cannot do any damage to him. And this is going to come into play on the left side because there is a fight with where you need to have 3 buffs in order to do damage. So you're limited on what champs you have for this when you're doing the left side. At least that's what I found. But here, we're going to go ahead and the other, every 6 seconds, you might get a shock on you. If you don't have that shock, then you are, if you don't hit him, you're going to get to take a bunch of shock damage. And every time he throws a special, you have to knock him down with a heavy, or like with the timer there, and if you don't, you're going to take some damage. But with Silk, it makes it so much easier because you have the mid-combo stun. So he throws a special, and you can just do a combo into a stun, and you don't have to worry about that at all. And it makes it extremely easy with Silk here. So I'm going to go Striker into a full combo, into a special 2, tons of damage there, and I really didn't have to worry about much at all with Silk in this fight. Made it so much easier than what I ended up using on the left side. So the right side, in my opinion, way easier than the left side because, but again, you could potentially use other champions on the left side and different champions for this side, but I thought it was more unique, especially with the Toad fight at the beginning. So that one, if you're going to need a tech champion, it's better to do the tech, skill, and science on the right, and then you have the option of Cosmic, Mutant, and Mystic on the left. But here, I go ahead and finish this one off pretty easily, and I'll show you that I managed to get 3 of the objectives. One of them is a little weird on the wording, and I'm sure people have seen it already, but the one that has without a Saga champion felt like you might be able to throw a Saga and non-Saga champion on your team because Kate is not a Saga champion, but I did not get that one at all. On the left side, I ended up using the Cosmic Mutant Mystic objective, large and extra large, and no Saga champions got me the objective on the left side, which is how I was able to get all 6 in 2 runs. But you can see from this specific one, I was able to get 3 of the 6 objectives complete here. So there we complete the quest, get the 1 gold that we desperately need, and then here's the 3 objectives that end up getting you the rewards from the milestones. So hopefully that helps you out with the right side, and I'll post another video with part 2 on the left side. Thanks guys, bye-bye.